G'day, welcome to another episode of Country Life on the Coast. My name is Sean, and on today's episode we're going to build some racks out of timber to hold timber. Alright, so I've sort of drawn it out as a bit of a design just so I know what materials I need. And I'm just going to use some old 2.4 meter long, I think they're 70 by 35 framing timber studs. As you can see, they're a bit warped and everything. So I worked out what I need to cut where, and so the ones that are really bad, I'll use those on the 600s. So it's only going to stand 1.2 meters high because I'm going to place this underneath our house and we don't have a lot of height underneath there. So we can probably go a little bit higher than 1.2, but it just means I can cut these in half to use those as the vertical. So yeah, 1.2 high, 600 deep, and 900 sort of long. So we'll cut all the timber, make up the frames, and then take it over there and just assemble it. So we'll get into cutting this timber up. Alright, so this is approximately how it's going to look. So that end up there is going to be the top of it. So I'm going to make that flush with the vertical posts. And then from the top of that to the top of this one, I'll make it 550 mil. And then this one here, I'm just going to have 50 mil off the ground just to have a bit more airflow around it as well. So we'll do exactly the same with that. And then these pieces of timber here will be sort of the rails between them, for the bottom and the top, just to tie it all together. So I'll put those ones together all under the house when I make this, but I'll just screw this together now, square it up as we go, and they'll be done. These are our two uprates we've put together. So we'll take those under the house, take these with us, and yeah, just screw them together, and that's it. We're ready to go. So we'll go and do that now. Alright, well, I've got my timber rack all together, screwed all together. I've lifted it up on pavers, and that's just so that the timber is off the ground. It'll help the timber last longer. This is only a temporary position, but I don't know actually how long temporary is going to be, so I want it to last as long as we possibly can. Yeah, so now I'll get my timbers and start loading it up and see how much we can put on here. Well, there we go, guys. I've loaded it full of timber. Couple of things that I've noticed when loading it up. These vertical posts, it'd be better to run them up a bit higher just so that the timber won't slide off at all and it has a couple of stops. So that's one improvement. The other, I reckon, is I don't need as much space between these shelves. You can stack it really high, but I think it would be better to have had a fourth shelf in here basically and just squashed them up a little bit. So I still have some more timber, so I'm going to actually make another one of these, and using those things I've learnt on the next one, and I'll be able to just put it in here, and that way I'll put all of my timber on a couple of racks. So you know what, let's do it the easy way. Whoa, There we go. How good is that? So I made this just out of bits and pieces that I still had. So this one is made of hardwood posts for the verticals, hardwood along these side rails, and then just pine across these, call them shelves so to speak. So I put the 4 in. Like I said, I learned off that one instead of doing 3. I've actually made this one a little bit higher too, again just because of the timber that I had, but I've also raised or extended the post further up than where that top shelf is, just to give better support for the timbers. So still got some timber sitting around here, so I think I'll put that on here, but pretty easy construction. I've put it up on pavers as well, just like the other one, just to keep it up off the ground. So yeah, I'll put some timber in here now. There we go guys, a couple of racks, load up the timbers that I've got in them. So now at least I can look at the end and know what timber I've got and be able to build some other things. So really happy, pretty easy construction too. But that is all we have time for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button and we'll catch you next time. God bless.